Hello loves, and welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be budgeting out my second pay period for the month of October. So without further ado, let's jump right in. First, we're going to start with my income. I have two forms of income that I work with. One is my full-time job, and then I also have a small business over on Etsy. If you're interested, there is a link in the description. You can check that out. I sell a bunch of budgeting and cash envelope supplies, digital planners, placeholders, envelopes, things like that. But from my full-time job, we have $600. And then let me check what we have made so far this week on Etsy. I am filming this on Sunday, and I do not get paid out until late Monday morning. So if I get any more orders tonight, we could be working with a little bit more next week. And if I get any orders first thing tomorrow morning, we could be working with a little bit less. It really just depends. But as of right now, we had a great week last week. We have $385 to work with, which is super exciting. So of course that's before taxes, but we'll get to that. So 600 plus 385 has $985 as our total for our total income. Now to get our budgetable income, I do need to take away the money that we have to leave in the bank for subscriptions, auto drafts, things like that. This week in particular, $10 is automatically transferred into my high yield savings account with Ally. $20 is automatically transferred to my my Charles Schwab Roth IRA account and invested, and that is $30. And then this week for subscriptions, my Spotify ad-free Spotify is going to pull, which is $12.65, which is $42.65. So I just round that up to $43. So we'll take $985 and subtract that $43, and our budgetable income this week is $942, which is fantastic. So the first thing I'm going to do is pop my calculator off to this side and grab my bills binder here, and we're going to run through these. So my mortgage, basically how I figure, let me check something really quick. Okay, apologies. I'm doing things just a little bit different this month, so I just had to remind myself exactly what I'm doing. But the way that I find the weekly amounts that I stuff into each envelope for my bills is I take the total amount that I need at the end of the month for each bill, and I divide it by the number of paychecks that I want to put towards those bills. I say it that way because this month in particular is a magic month, meaning I have an extra paycheck. I'll be getting paid 5 times throughout the month of October. So the way I do things, rather than dividing all my bills by 5 paychecks, I still divide the majority of them by 4 paychecks so that the last paycheck of the month is essentially extra money. So that is what we are doing. Now, with that being said, I have $100 in my mortgage envelope right now. My portion of the mortgage is $406. So technically $406 minus the $100 that we have divided by the 3 paychecks that we have left is $102. But what I decided to do this month is do 4 paychecks worth of $100, and then $6 will come from our magic month paycheck, if that makes sense. So technically I'm only saving $400. Minus 100 divided by 3 is, ignore that, $100 a week. I know that was probably super confusing, so I apologize, but it makes sense in my head. So basically, I'm going to be saving $400 of the $406 from my 4 normal paychecks, and then I'll just take $6 from our magic month paycheck at the end to make up those last 6. Hopefully that makes sense. So internet, we have 10, 11, and 12 in here, and I need 45. So 45 minus 12 is 33 divided by the 4 paychecks that we have left is, okay, I think that might be wrong. Let me see. 45 minus 10, 11, 12 is 33. Divided by 3 is $11. So I need $11 in here this week. And then electric, I aim to save a total of $240 every month. So minus the $20, $40, $50, and $60 that we currently have in here, I need to save $180 more. Divided by the 3 paychecks that we have left is $60 a week. Now heat, let's see here. I have $525 in the bank. I do sell these custom placeholders, the in the bank placeholders. They also come in IOUs and fully funded. But I have $525 in the bank, and then we have $25 in cash. So we have $550 total, and I need to save $600 by the end of the month. That is my goal. So minus $600, we need to save $50 more. So 50 divided by the 3 paychecks we have left is $16.60. So I'm going to round that up to 17. Now, similarly with my water and sewer bill, we have $250 currently in the bank, and then 10, 20, and 25 in cash, meaning we have $275. I want to save $300 by the end of the month. So I need $25 divided by the 3 paychecks we have left is $8.33. So we'll round that up to $9. For my phone bill, I need $60. We have 15. Oops. So I need $45 more divided by the 3 paychecks that we have left to go towards bills is $15 a week. Now my car insurance is a little bit different. I stuff $25 in here every week in order to reach the goal that I need. This is not a monthly bill. This is a bi-yearly bill every 6 months. So this is not due until February because I just paid it in August. So I just kind of did the math off camera and figured out that I need $25 a week, just about $100 a month in order to reach my goal. So we will be stuffing that for 5 weeks this month though. So pet insurance, our pet insurance is $100 a month for our 3 dogs, but we split that in half. So I need $50 and I currently have 10, 11, 12, and 13. So I need $37 divided by the 3 paychecks we have left is $12.33. So I will round that up to 13. Health insurance, this is a new one. I need $300, $298, but we'll go with $300. So $300, I have $50, $70, and $75 already in here from last week. So I need $225 more divided by the 3 paychecks is another $75 that I need to stuff in here. Okay, Washville is my car wash membership. This is technically $30 a month, but I do $8 a week. No matter what, I am well ahead on this. We have 25, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 36, but I still do $8 a month. Sorry, $8 a week until I'm going to be maybe a couple months ahead, and then I will maybe take a break. I'm not entirely sure, but my vehicle registration, similar to my car insurance, is a yearly bill. So I stuff $5 a week in here every week until I reach $200. That takes less than a year. So I fully fund it and then I take a break until it's due. So that's that. And then Sam's Club is already fully funded at $120, and this is not renew annually until February. So that is my bills all budgeted out. And then we do have a few more bills that are more debt focused. So my Discover card, this one can get a little bit complicated, but basically to make things less confusing, I am stuffing $50, $60, $70, and $75 a week in Discover. I can explain it It might be a little complicated, but basically, I mean, there's no point in like confusing you guys, but my goal for Discover for this month is $650. $50 of that is coming from my Magic Month paycheck on week 5, and 300 of this is coming from my YouTube paycheck that I'm getting at the end of the month. So that will also be in our week 5 stuffing. So technically, I only need $300 divided by the 4 paychecks that I get throughout the month minus the Magic Month paycheck is $75 a week. So that is how I did that one. Apologies if that is too confusing, but that's my situation. So for my credit cards, my goal, or for TJ Maxx card, is $150. We have 20, 30, 35, 6, 7, and 38. So I need $112 more divided by 3 more paychecks. It's $37.33. So we'll round that up to 38. My car payment, I also need $150, and we have 20, 35, 6, 7, and 38 divided by 3 is another $38 a week for my car payment. My student loans, both personal and federal that are combined in here, are $500 a month. We have $50, $100, $120, and $125. So I need $375 more divided by the 3 more paychecks is $125. Yes, I could have divided this by 5 paychecks and made it so that I didn't need to put as much each week toward it, but it will be worth it that last Magic Month to not have to put so much towards bills and have more money to go towards savings in the wedding and things like that. So all right, last one in here that we're stuffing is paying my brother back. I need $100. We have 25, so that's 75 divided by the 3 paychecks that we have left is $25 this week. So that is that. And next, what we're going to do is budget out my business income before we find this total and everything. So we have $385 from Etsy. That is not tax, and you gotta be smart, guys. You gotta put money aside for taxes for the end of the year because you're gonna have to pay in. So if you are running a small business, that does not tax you. YouTube money and Etsy money is not taxed. So I set aside 25%. I used to set aside 30%. My budget has been a little bit tighter, so I set 25%. So times 0.25 is $96.25. I'm going to just round that down to an even 95. For my stamps.com account, I do $6 a week. And then for shipping, I'm going to do $50 for now. And then we'll come back to it. So next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to total up what we're putting towards bills and debt, and then we'll subtract that and my business funds from our total and see what we have left for sinking funds, savings, and spending on gas and groceries. So okay, first go around, I got $639. I'm going to double check because I'm not super confident in that. Okay, I got $639 again, so I'm just going to go with it. I'm pretty sure that's right. So I'm going to take, just because I'm not sure how much I want to put into supplies yet, if anything. Actually, you know what? Let me just see what I have in there right now. I don't know if I have anything. We have $10 in there. Okay, so let's put 15 and we'll bring it up to 25. 95, 56, and 15 is 166 going towards the business. So we're going to take $942 minus $639 minus 166, and we have $137 left over, which is awesome. So first thing I'm going to do let's see, what do I want to do first? Actually, you know what? It actually might be kind of perfect. We have an extra 7, and if I remember correctly, my baby savings, oh shoot, it's not. Okay, my baby savings is at 1,004, so 6 would have been perfect, but let's do that. -6 for baby savings, just for future kiddos. We're not trying anymore until closer to the wedding, so I'm just saving a little bit here and there. We have that extra $1, and I think what I might do is, because this is only 1 away, that's at 9. So I think I'm just going to bring water and sewer up to 10, just to even it out, so it'll be a little bit easier. I don't have to put 4 ones in there, you know? And so now we're at 130. So I do need to go up to my wallet here. I put $5 in miscellaneous every week. And then as far as gas goes, this week and next week, I only have to physically travel to, so basically, the reason I've been putting more into gas when I can is because every week I have to go to school in person twice a week, and that is about a half-hour drive there and back. And then also, once a week, I drive to that same town, so another half-hour there and back, to watch Dancing with the Stars with my best friend, and that's on Tuesdays. And then another day during the week, I drive out to my parents' house, which is like 15-20 minutes there and back, to watch Survivor and The Golden Bachelor. So it's a lot of travel that I do, but this week in particular, I do not have class the next 2 Tuesdays. So I'll only have to travel to school once for the next 2 weeks. So hopefully that helps me save on gas a little bit. So rather than doing $50 in gas, I'm going to do 40. We'll see. I think that's going to be okay, but we'll go with it. Now, when it comes to groceries, I donate plasma twice a week, and I make about, how much is it? About $80. About $80 a week. The first donation's $35, the second donation's $45. So, that usually does pretty well as far as food goes. I have a little bit in there. I kind of use it as like an emergency fund buffer if I need a little extra gas, if I need something that's unbudgeted, or, you know, if I want to get some takeout one night that's not in the grocery budget, you know. But sometimes it is nice to have some cash in the wallet when it comes to groceries. So let's do 20. Let's just do 20 for now. Okay, now, shoot. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to put anything into groceries this week. I'm just going to go with my, my donation money. Were we at 85? I'm just going to go with that because, I think the money could be better spent elsewhere. And I think, oh yeah. Okay. Oh, and that's not 639 anymore. That's 640. Gotta remember that. Okay. So just to 942 minus 45. We'll just put that there. Minus 640 minus 166 minus 6. So we're at 85 left over. But I need to get an oil change this week. So when it comes to car care, that's just something like, technically, do I need to get it this week? I mean, I needed to get it a couple weeks ago. So a couple, like maybe like 100 miles ago. I know I'm really bad, but I'm going to put 30 into car care because I just go to the Prompto and it's usually between 30 and 40. But again, if I need to use my plasma donation money as a buffer, I will. Okay. So next, I'm just going to jump into, we have 55 left, and I'm going to look at my savings challenge for August, September, October. So we have 10, 10, and 15. And we do have an extra paycheck this month. So I could skip a week if I wanted to, which I think I'm going to do. I think I'm going to do that. So I'm going to skip the challenge this week. We have 55 left. I'm going to put 5 into bridesmaid. And I'm very tempted to put the last 50 into the wedding because, you guys, weddings are freaking expensive. Like, I could use it. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. It'll be smart, right? That's smart. I don't necessarily need to stuff the household, Christmas, or the dogs right now, and home emergency is what it is. So I think I'm good with that. So 35 into sinking funds and 56 into savings. Okay, I think I'm good with that. So just to quickly recap, 600 from my full-time job, 385 from my small business is $985 minus the 43 that we're leaving in the bank is 942. Minus 45 for my gas and groceries, 640 going towards bills, 35 for sinking funds, 56 for savings, and 166 for my business. Leaves $0 remaining, which hence the zero-based budgeting method, meaning that once we are done budgeting out all our money, there is $0 left over. Nothing's floating around, nothing's put into my buffer that's like unbudgeted. And if I did want to put money towards my buffer or unbudgeted expenses, that could be a category that I have, and it would still technically end up zeroing out because every single dollar has a job, it has a place, and it's going to go where it needs to go and be spent where it needs to be spent. So that is how I'm budgeting out my second pay period for the month of October. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please don't forget to give the video a big thumbs up. Leave a yellow heart in the comments to show your support for the channel. And of course, subscribe. Thank you guys. I know this was kind of rushed and probably really confusing. My mind is like all over the place today. I really don't know why, but I'm just kind of flustered and trying to think straight, but I really don't know what's going on. So I did my best, but this is the budget. Check back in on Tuesday. We are going to be stuffing the money from my full-time job. And then on Thursday, we're going to come back and stuff the $385, hopefully, from Etsy, if not a little bit more or a little bit less. I'll just off camera rework the budget a little bit, but yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, week, month, year, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.